Okay, in this video I'm just going to give you a little preview as to some of the models and tutorials that I'm working on for some of my upcoming videos. And I've been kind of away from the Blender scene for over 3 months now, it looks like, and I've just been way too busy trying to catch up with my builds. I had more builds than normal this year, and also in the summertime my computer doesn't run well at all when it gets above 82 degrees in here, and I have minimal AC, so I just generally had to avoid Blender for most of the summer. But sorry about that for those of you who've been following me, and thanks to all of you who have subscribed to my channel and for all the new subscribers as well. But I'll be back on it full time here in the very near future. But this particular model I wanted to show you is just a simple clock, and what's interesting about it is I'm working in the game engine, and the value of a clock is that you can use it to time all kinds of other events. And it's not just like you can put a dial in the scene and just say, rotate it 360 degrees, because, well, even though that does work, when you do it within the game engine, you can actually take advantage of the physics engine, because bullet physics, or is really the Blender game engine really is a physics engine, and so as such you can use the parameters associated with it to create cool things. So if I just run this simple clock here, I have like a sub-second clock and a second hand and you'll see I'll just hold this down and let it run. The one that's moving around really fast is, each complete revolution is 1 second, and the slower moving hand is actually once it's moving on 1 second at a time. That's a normal second hand there, and the other one that's barely moving is a minute hand. All right, and though you don't see it as smooth as I see it, because I'm recording the software as well at the same time. But the value of doing this is I'm holding down one of the keys on the keyboard right now, but if I let up on it right now, you'll see I'm actually slowing down time like this, or I can press it down and I'm increasing the clock as well. So what it does, it allows me to have control of my clock in the scene for some special tutorials that are coming up that require me to change time. And it works for a lot of other things. Maybe I'll make a weed eater, where you speed up a weed eater and slow it down. Well, all these require that you specify the parameters, the physics parameters, and a lot of this is just basic high school physics and math to be able to take advantage of these things. So even though it looks like it's a quite simple thing, for those of you who aren't really grounded in math and physics, please take a look at those videos that I have on basic math, and there are some physics ones as well, because it's really all you need. And then when I go along and do the tutorials, then it will make a great deal more sense. But even when I do the tutorials, I'll explain on how I'm going to do it. But so it is kind of simplistic here, but it's actually a little more sophisticated than you might think, because it gives me a lot of powers to a lot of the things that I can do. So I can control all kinds of things, and some of the tutorials coming up will be on pinball machines and slot machines, clocks and watches. One of my special tutorials coming down the pipeline is I'm doing a time machine, and that's really interesting, because then, of course, controlling time here really plays a pivotal part, and then I can run all kinds of activities associated with that. But time is a really essential element, so and I'm doing it in the Blender game engine because it gives me a lot of control via Python, and also because it's just a powerful physics engine, and also you have control of the keyboard easier, whereas in Blender Render, if I was using rigid bodies in Blender Render, you don't really have access to the keyboard in the same way, nor the mouse or things like that. So I just want to kind of give you some feedback as to why I've been gone for so long. Sorry about that. I'll be back in earnest here almost in about a month from now. I'll be back on it full time, making lots and lots of tutorials, and just I just wanted to touch base and let you know I'm almost there. All right, I'll see you in the next video.